the morning and get me ready for school. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. I listened because I loved her voice but never bothered to learn it. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot and a red pen, tie them all in a bundle and hand it to me. After a breakfast of a thick stuffed chapati with a little bread and a sugar spread on it, we went to school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village talks. My grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer. While the children sat in the road on the other side of the veranda,
my grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city and we were consistently together. She used to wake me up in morning and get me. She said her morning prayer to Mono. Next. Song. While she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. I listened about I because I love her voice, but never bothered.
Really worried about the business rights. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. He had become fat like a loaded sausage with a leg at each corner. His eyes, blooded short and started straight ahead, and his tongue loaded from his jaw. Mrs. Humphrey, to explain,
I was still a kid when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful man. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean figure, and he looked easygoing, kind, simple, enough to my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of late, and you looked a bitter wrestler yourself. I said little flattery helps in making my friends. So do you? He replied, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather young. Well, I was modest. I was too big a wrestler. What's your name? Hurry said, I lied. I took a new name every month that I kept me ahead of police and former employees. After this introduction, Anil talked about the
we use this definition in an unthinking manner. We would end up calling almost every government that holds an election a democracy. That would be very misleading, as we shall find out in chapter 3. With every government in constant this world wants to be called a democracy, even if it is not distinguished between a government that is democracy and one that pretends to be one. Simple definition that democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. This raises many questions. Who are the rulers in this definition? Which question is
immediately, but at the end of the day, to that extent, he would disobey his father and exercise his independence. There was nothing wrong in it, and father would not know it anyway. If the letter was given at the end of the day, there was a chance that Samuel might do something to justify the letter. Swami stood at the entrance to his class. Samuel was teaching arithmetic. He looked at Swami. Why are you late? Swami wanted to reply just to see what you can do, but he merely said, I have a headache, sir. Then why did you come to the school at all? A most unexpected
trembling. My father said,
Tiptoed away to his bed in the pantry. Granny was sitting up in her bed and remarked, "Boy, are you up? Are you already feeling sleepy? Don't you want a story?" Swami made wild gesticulation to silence Granny, but that good lady saw nothing. So Swami threw himself on his bed and pulled the blanket over his face.
Yes. Next.
Are you ready? Very sleepy? Really very sleepy, Swami? Bent over on worship. Please shut up, Granny.
Next was
Neolithic age was responsible for developing the first pottery. In the beginning, the handmade pots were dried in the sun and used. Later on, he learned to bake the clay pots. Baking on fire gave luster, strength, and durability to the pots. They were decorated with carving of flowers, leaves, etc. Yes.
It will have been in the making of the clay pots in Greece that man discovered that metal introduced. When some are melts, it is believed that copper was the first metal to be discovered by man. Hence the storage came. पैर चप्पलें सुबह मुझे प्लास्टिक की चप्पलों की एक नई जोड़ी चाहिए। अच्छा दादी माँ, तुम जाकर मेरे लिए एक जोड़ी लाओ। ठीक है, ये लो पैसे। इन पटरियों को birds have seen, sense organs, eyes, ears, etc., which enable them to see, to feel, to smell. He comes to Rahul's house every day to help his mother in household work. Her 6-year-old son Rahul got admission in class 1 in order to help her. Rahul's grandmother gave her 1,500 rupees for purchasing books. His parents gave 3,460 rupees for buying school uniform and school bag. Rahul and his sister also contributed 170. These play a very important role in our life. They beautify our surroundings. They make air fresh and cool on the Brahma House day. Each child of class 2 and class 3 was asked to bring a sapling in a pot. Class 2 and class 3 brought 396 saplings and 550 spellings.
Continue.
It would last a few days, occupied almost a year of Rani's life. The officer inquiry assembled a crushing mountain of evidence against the big planters. And when they saw this, they agreed in principle to make refunds the peasants, but how much must be paid? They asked the court he would demand repayment in full of the money which they had illegally and deceitfully exerted from the sharecroppers. He